Hi guys, I'm back again today with 900-year-old Viking church. Well, all those words fascinating. 900-year old, and it's a Viking church. Like that alone, I'm just mind blown. Whatever I'm seeing on my screen right now, beautiful. Looks like some Harry Potter, not necessarily. Let's just see. Before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, and let's find out what this is. I mean, we know, but
So this is where I am in Norway,
how beautiful
just somewhere up in the mountains here.
Norway.
And I've come to see this medieval stave church here, believed to be built around 1130. Look at this. Incredible church with incredible history. I'm going to show you all inside and explain to you some of that history. Some of it kind of odd. It was kind of a common practice before it was banned at the turn of the 19th century. People would want to bury their children underneath the church. That was banned because of the smell. But this is it. I'll show you inside.
Oh, damn.
So these stave churches, they were all built on very basic stone foundations, which you probably remember if you watched the last video of the other stave church, but remember that one was rebuilt. This is original. Very, very old. This is tar, by the way. These were all painted by tar to protect it. And over time, the rain washes that away. As you can see, it starts to expose the wood, so it needs to be done again. I don't know how often they get done, but that's why it kind of has that look, which I think is really interesting. Yeah, these are, these posts they're over 1,000 years old. A lot of interesting things going on. The woman also said that if you look up in the ceiling, it's basically like an upside down boat. And they knew from their ships, they knew that if they made a roof the same way that they made their boats, that since the boats float, that it would make a great roof. So basically, that design, you're looking at kind of an upside down old ship. I mean, it wasn't ever a ship, but it's the same construction, the same design. In the middle here is actually a grave, a tomb. It was someone high up in the military. It was his wife that he had entombed here. These sections here, some of them were shutters, but then these old sections here, this was all original floor. Again, from 1100s. Most people believe that these pegs were they hung tapestries at some point. That's what the people believe, the historians here. Yeah, these shields up here, they were like very wealthy people, wealthy families from different countries even, I believe, that maybe stayed here for a time or whatever. So there's very few of these stave churches left, but I believe this one in particular is the only one that has the partition between the altar up there and where people would sit. I'm not sure why. There was never a door here. It was open, but for some reason they had it somewhat walled off. So one of their crown jewels, I mean there's a bunch of them in here, but one of them are these murals up here. I believe they were from the 1300s. So this is still on some sort of a tapestry, hand painted and believed to be, like I said, 1300 years old. You can see Jesus, his head is on the very top there, and you can see Jesus being born. A bunch of other ones that I don't remember that the lady was telling me. So that's the king, and that's the queen. The king looks pretty mad though. And that's Jesus up there. Okay. Yeah, so Jesus is watching everybody. This dude is watching you too. He's mean mugging you. This is 3 different languages. At one time, Norway had 3 different languages. I think now they really only use 2. But basically this was created before school even existed. So it's thought that the priest would give the sermon in different languages, and then the people probably learned how to read by being able to identify with, the words with what he said. I guess he would say it in 3 different languages. So I got something really interesting for you. This door right here, it's a door, it's a window, whatever, but what do you think that was for? Now, there's all kinds of ideas and guesses, but the woman who was showing us around said that this was made for people who had leprosy, who couldn't come in this church, so they could still look in and they could hear the sermon. And there's actually some holes too that maybe possibly they could put their ears next to or look through. They would basically just stand around in there.
At least they considered those people, right?
Now she thinks it also could have been if people were very poor. Maybe they didn't have the money for donations to the church, or they didn't have the right clothes. But that was just her idea. It's believed that it was for people with leprosy. So this church, in some ways, is still in use today. They still use the cemetery outside. They don't do funerals here because it's very small. The doors are very narrow. You have to kind of step in. But I believe there are some services that are held here related to St. John. I don't know how many or how often, but probably at least once a year they do something here. They do certain concerts sometimes, and then they do weddings. Which, who wouldn't want to get married in this awesome church? This is amazing. Oh yeah, so this back wall, that's right. So she said that this back wall, or the side wall, was painted at one time, and there you go. It just has, you can just see a little bit of the mural with the trees. Look at this walk. That is awesome.
Why do I feel like we're gonna have a jump scare? Oh, I'm not ready, my heart.
So there you go, the Hopperstad Stave Church, one of only 28 left. And hopefully it stays that way for a while, because these are amazing. They're incredible to see. And no nails, No glue, just dovetailed together, put together like this. Incredible. All right, I'm going to go get
That
some
is
lunch
insane that it's
at
still
this beautiful
standing.
area down here, this town. See you in the next video.
For some reason, when I heard the a sound, like when he was walking around, and it's kind of like the sound of this video is not the best. Maybe he was using his phone, and there was a part that the sound was like in my ears super loud, so I thought he was gonna scare us. He was gonna have a jump scare or something. I have no idea. I don't trust people. So anyways, that's why I was like, oh no, 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 no. But it was beautiful, right? Regardless of that last part, it was really, really beautiful. I cannot believe that such structures are still existing. He said some people do have their wedding there. Props to them, but you're not gonna catch me though. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a pussy. I mean, literally because I'm a woman. But um, I just get scared easily nowadays. Okay, when you're young, wild and free, you don't give a famelama. But then when you grow older, for some reason, not only your body is fragile, but also your freaking mind is fragile, and then you get scared about every little thing. Or maybe it's just me. So for the people who get to do their wedding there, that's beautiful. That is actually a very beautiful architectural piece, because how is it up? How is it standing? Right? I cannot even build a Lego house. And then they could build that without nails, without glue and all that, and it still stands 900 years later. It's still there, and there's still 28 of them left. So I hope that this stays even longer, because it's something to, like, visit, to see, and historically it's a place that, should not be forgotten or should not be let go, because how did they build such a thing in back in the days when they didn't have the tools that we have nowadays, right? So anyways, beautiful peeps, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.